What? People usually get
Hi,
a
guys.
notification, though.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
I'm going to
I'm just talking amongst ourselves here.
really quick
Because you're not here yet, right?
do my Instagrams. Let my peeps know, our peeps know, that we're on tonight doing another tutorial. This will be our last tutorial this week.
Yes, for this week, yeah.
This weekend is the Granite Falls tree lighting. And so part of that, we are doing our special kids workshop this weekend.
And I realize, I'm not sure if workshop is the right term. It's kind of a paint and take kind of thing. What is it? Make and take kind of.
Make and take.
Yeah.
Craft. But that's all right.
But we'll get it all down.
I opened my Instagram to that beautiful site.
What is that?
It's baking cooking.
Oh.
Listen to that. Oh my gosh.
Who's doing that?
My brother. Will's doing that. Oh my gosh, I'm salivating. Turn it off. That's what I get for trying to Insta story. Yes, so that's this weekend. Tomorrow night, I have family plans. So it's all about finding that balance between being here with you guys.
Yes, it is.
Being with our loved ones.
Whether you are watching us live as you come on, or if you're catching us on the replay, be sure and say hello. We do our very best to go back and read comments after the fact. If you're not here with us live, yeah. So it's Thursday night. You know what? All day long today, I thought it was Friday. I was all ready for tomorrow.
A couple times, yeah.
To be Saturday. You know what else I figured out today?
It's not Friday.
Well, that. And we have 18 days left that the shop is open.
For the rest of this year.
18 days.
Bacon's still on my screen, friends.
Not to say it's 18 days till Christmas, because we're closed many Tuesdays. So, but 18 days of open shop till Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve, and we're closed for
Christmas and for holiday break.
Wait, yes. I'm not sure if I counted Christmas Eve. There might be 19.
But today's over, so if you count today.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I was counting today as Friday or not. Somewhere around 18 days. I probably should have just left that proclamation alone for now.
Hi, Karen. Thanks for sharing with your friend. So, if you don't know who we are, go ahead and introduce yourselves, and we've rambled for a few minutes. We are the Rustic Girls. I am Katie. This is my mom,
Patty.
And we co-own Rustic Redemption here in Granite Falls, Washington, which is antiques home decor shop, as well as in January we're launching our Barn Loft group, which we're super excited about. It'll be a community space. It'll be a membership group that you can just connect with other women, be encouraged, be uplifted.
Tap into your creative self.
Tap into your creative self. You know, we truly firmly believe every woman has creative touches and is completely capable of creating a beautiful home. But I think we just feel like we don't, because I was never taught. Maybe didn't have a mom who was super decorate the home and crafty, and so there'll be tutorials and lots of community, fun stuff. We'd hope to launch it. If you're tuning in for another one of ours, you've seen some of our other ones. We hope to launch Barn Loft in October. Our shop flooded. It didn't happen. We were just way too behind, and so instead, we're trying to do extra tutorials leading up to the Barn Loft launch. It will become available December 26th. So exciting. But until then, we're doing fun tutorials, and we're tagging them all with the hashtag Barn Loft. So if you search the Barn Loft on our page, you'll be able to find kind of all the stuff that kind of fits what we're going to do in there. But tonight... Well,
we'll be doing more than Christmas. Right now, it's really a lot of Christmas content.
Because it's,
the Christmas time.
We are making these sweet little reindeer ornaments. And again, these are handcrafted, which I love, because handcrafted means it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. That is the point.
And you can put your own take on it. Did you do the Insta story? You were talking about the ornaments.
Oh, we had more people bring in ornaments for the tree. You should go grab that cute little snowman. We had a sweet little girl bring in. She wasn't that little, but little in my mind. She brought in an ornament, and she took an ornament today. Oh my gosh.
Is that not adorable?
So I want to take it for my tree. It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Super cute.
We had another gal bring in a couple more ornaments, so it's been fun kind of seeing the momentum growing on that. So if you're local, come in. You can add an ornament to your tree. You can take an ornament from the tree. You can do both. It's completely free. Community, we had another gal come. She found an ornament that was perfect for her sister, and she was like, can I buy it? I'm like, nope, but you can take it. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But every night when we do these tutorials, I keep setting it, I'm like, it's not locking because I was setting it to open. Every time we do these tutorials, we add one of them to the tree, and then the rest go up for sale. So if you feel like you don't have the time and you just really want one of these cuties, you can come get one or snag one off the tree if you're the first one to do it.
And just to clarify, so the trees, if you come into the shop, the 2 trees that are in the front windows,
ornaments for sale.
Those are ornaments for sale. Those are all tagged for sale. The community tree is towards the back where kind of our community area where we're doing our workshops and things. So we brought that back this way. Yeah. So just
fun stuff.
FYI.
So to get started, let's go over what we have for this. We have burlap. If you want to do this even easier, you can get burlap ribbon. But we're notorious for doing things the hard way. So we cut burlap. Use what you have. That's exactly. We had a ton of burlap from a friend's wedding like 7 years ago. I have a bin full of burlap from that. And we've gotten some from other places. And so this is an opportunity to use it, give it new life, and keep it from cluttering up our space. So you have burlap or burlap ribbon. You'll need...
And about how long are these strips?
6 inches? 7 inches? Let me hold one up. Beep! There you go. There's one. There's an average pair of scissors for comparison.
There you go.
You will need some red felt for your Rudolph's nose. Oh, so bright. Some kind of ribbon or string to hang it. Because this is so many natural earth tones with this project, I decided it'd be fun to do like the peppermint candy stripe twine, very Christmassy. Some twigs or branches from your yard, or ask your neighbor.
There's a lot of branches everywhere.
Besides the road.
Parks.
Bring them inside, put them by a heater. Not against heater, by a heater. They'll dry out pretty quick. We've got pruners for trimming our branches, scissors for cutting, and this is going to be introduced later, butter knife, as my free hot glue hack. So you have buttons. You can use anything you want really for his eyes, small and round. I'm using buttons, and we've got all different kinds. So
what about but if they were tiny, like little tiny pebbles.
Tiny pebbles. Exactly. If you want to keep it really earthy, I love that. Really, kind of that really.
And we talked about, because we thought about black felt, but we were looking for a different
texture than the felt of the nose.
So yeah, if you have, we were trying to brainstorm like what are some other possibilities
for eyes.
So if you could think of other, we would love to hear other ideas for little black eyes.
Yes, that would be fabulous. And we have our handy dandy hot glue gun in a really uncomfortable spot. I'm in a different place than I was last night, so it's full rotation, especially for a pregnant woman. So I pre-cut my strips, but I pre-cut my strips. I apologize, but it's cutting, guys. So again, I'm eyeballing this. I'm not being super exact because everyone's going to be a little bit different. And they're around the same length.
And you rounded?
And I round one end of it. That's because you're going to roll it and fold it over, and it's going to have a little like flappy, which it'll blend in a lot more. You can make it pop out or you cannot. I'm doing how well you attach it. Mine's kind of blended in on this one. You can't even hardly see it. But that's kind of where that flap will fold over. I think because I'm dealing with hot glue, I want something to grab onto other than my fingertips. Because burlap is, I don't know if you know this, guys, but burlap's pretty thin, and hot glue will go right through it. Good evening, Diane. Thanks for hopping on with us again. So the first step will be to grab my hot glue gun and run Just a light. This is burlap. It does not need a lot to grab onto whatever it's grabbing onto. It doesn't need a lot of hot glue. And so I'm going to stick it down and quickly move it because it's going to try to stick to my tabletop. As I discovered earlier, the hard way, guys. And then, depending if you want your flap to kind of poke upwards or not, will depend on your placement of where you put it, which mine just committed to this because the hot glue. If you do it quickly, you can roll it and not even use any more hot glue. If you do it slowly, just add a teeny bit more and press and hold it down. And because I used so little, I'm not even burning my fingers doing this, which is
this
kind
is
of
what we're making tonight, Diane.
Okay, fine. So now we've got our loop, and we've got something for our antlers to grab onto. I'm gonna use my pruners. I pre-cut these from like the base of the branches I've got, but this was a little long.
That was a genius idea, putting something in there.
So estimate, you don't even need it to be the full width of your ribbon or your strip, but you just need something in there. So just kind of estimate and eyeball it. Worst case scenario, you trim it. Next step is I think we're going to attach the eyeballs, and because I have buttons and they've got big old like, I don't know, nubbins on the back, I'm going to use my pruners because that's what they're for.
Oh, see, I've used my wire cutters for that in the past.
I'm just cutting them off so it sticks down a little bit flatter. Makes it a little bit easier to work with, especially with the hot glue. Not required, but recommended. Alright, so I've trimmed that off.
You know what might be fun is black sequins.
Ooh, something sparkly.
Something sparkly.
Totally different direction.
Yeah.
From the earthy rocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm doing a dot of hot glue.
Gears are always turning.
Yeah. Decent sized dot, but you don't need to go nuts because again we're dealing with burlap. And then this is where my butter knife comes in because I'm dealing with something so thin and I don't want to get burned. I put the knife through and then I stick my button down because it's a metal surface. Hot glue doesn't adhere as well to it.
Yeah, burlap is a tricky beast when you're working with hot glue. Even the low temp stuff, just because it's so open. It's got that open weave.
It just goes right through. And then we're going to do that with our second dot. Again, whoop. This is like the scariest part, I think, working with burlap and hot glue is when you're using little buttons, and if I squirt too much, it's going to get
And I feel like this one, like last night, I was substituting the craft glue, and I feel like this one would be a little trickier to do that.
It may not be as forgiving.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you want something that dries relatively quickly. This isn't going to lay flat. It's puffy burlap. So it's not going to lay flat. And so here we go. We have his eyes on. And then we have...
I've just seen people put hearts upside down, so I was thinking if that would be
cute or
equally cute. Or
I will cut. I've just pre-cut myself a tiny scrap because, especially when you're cutting something small, having a huge piece of fabric or felt can be really hard to control. Having sharp scissors makes it a lot easier.
Also, if you have,
unlike mine,
I didn't think to tell you I had these, but I have some like fine scissors. You know, they're more for tiny stuff.
I assumed we did not have them, so I was sad.
They should be there, but who knows?
This is my, I'm going to back this. My first attempt at a heart. The good news is, you can always trim. Although I think this one's going to be super tiny now. So we will see. I might have to just start over. Yep.
Smart. Oh, yeah. Isn't that genius, Diane? We've been talking about that with hot glue and, you know, but for this one, especially with that open loop, that's genius. I see what I thought when you said it, because my brain was like, hey, that would be a good tool for poking things down or holding them down, but
backing. Yep.
I think
that's why they pay me the big bucks.
I think we're going to keep these together in the tote.
Which is nice, because this was my grandma's, and I can never find a purpose. So I finally sadly brought them to the shop, because I want them to find someone who will love them as much as I do and give them a home. Okay, so we've got his little heart nose. We're going to do some hot glue. Felt and burlap though, they don't really need much. Back it with my butter knife again. And you're just going, you know, this is handcrafted, so there's not really a science. You're just going partway down his face. You're creating part of his face. And now we've got Rudolph's nose and eyes. So we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do his ears next, which does require cutting. I was gonna pre-cut because I've got a piece of burlap that's ginormous, and I forgot to pre-cut a section off to do my ears. I'm gonna do that real quick. Here's what y'all are up to tonight on this lovely Thursday. We just got our heater fixed. Turns out wall heater units have a reset button for like if your kids shove a hamper in front of it and so it auto shuts off. So my landlord had to send an electrician out to teach me that I was dumb, and apparently I could just reset my heater.
I'm equally as dumb. I mean, we had wall heaters in our house.
I had no idea.
All those years, but it wasn't my deal, so I didn't know that.
You couldn't take the front off of them. He came in, he unscrews them, and then like 2 minutes later, he's like, "Well, you got heat." That was really fast. He's like, "Well, they have a reset button." Oh, that's good. That's embarrassing. Am I right? Okay. So for the ears,
you know what my biggest gripe with Facebook, I shouldn't say with, just that you can't have music playing. It's so hard to craft and,
without music.
You know, and we're chit-chatting, but you need music.
Yes.
And you can't play music or Facebook gets mad.
Unless it's like the weird techno that is uncopyrighted or your own music.
I guess you could have your husband strumming the guitar in the background.
All right, so I've cut 2 little, it's basically the same design as the actual body of Rudolph, or the head, but just much, much smaller. Essentially straight with a curved end.
Oh my goodness. I cannot stop yawning tonight.
And you're going to fold it in half at the end. So we're pinching it so it kind of creates that curved little ear. And we're going to tuck it in right behind on the back side of your base branch. For this, I use a little more glue because it's on the inside and you can't see it. And the burlap tries to unfold. So it really fights you on staying folded kind of in half. So I use a little more glue just to kind of show it who it's box. So we're going to tuck it in there. And then we're going to grab that butter knife. I probably should grab first because I just burned my thumb. And hold it. Oh dear. And then you realize you put it on backwards. Oops. His ear is pointing the wrong way for his body.
Special needs deer.
Yeah. All right, try this again. Good news is a hot glue, especially if you don't wait till it fully dries. It is so forgiving. So we're going to put his ear on facing forwards. How many other people get about 10 calls a day from spammy on their cell phone?
Oh, that's annoying.
You're number 1, which you can't really see that well. I'm making 30 ornaments for my old girl. Oh, you're so sweet. I loved, Diane sent us ornaments, her wreath ornaments she made, I believe last year, for her coworkers. They're so sweet.
Do you care if we share those, Diane? If we share those pictures you sent us?
All right, so we're gonna do another spot of glue.
Use moving boxes. Nice.
Oh, moving boxes. I can't wait to see what you did there. That intrigues me. So I just stuck the ear in. I'm pressing it down again. Boop. And there you go. He's got his little ears. And last but not least, we will attach his, well, not last, actually, it's a complete lie, because we will need to attach his hanger. We're going to get branches. And again, there's no rules
grab something
I think
real
that's
quick.
one of the reasons why a lot of people think they can't craft is because you think there's rules, and there's not. So I'm just going to pick whichever two I like best for my antlers. There you go. He's got two sweet little antlers. Again, we're tucking them in onto that base wood piece. My brain completely blanked. I'm going to do the same on the other side. This looks really lopsided. So I'm going to quickly just trim the end of that so he didn't have one like gigantor. He didn't look like a jackalope. Even now they look a little bit long. So I'm going to trim them just a little bit. So it's basically until you look at them and you're like, this feels right. This feels like Rudolph. And then you take a bit of string and a squirt of hot glue. Do a good dollop for this because it's your hanger and you want to attach. And we'll hold it down with the butter knife. The nice thing is it pushes a lot of that hot glue in. So while it fully covers and attaches the string, you don't see this big glob of hot glue. Once it's dried, it just looks like your string's magically hanging there. So there you go.
So cute.
Second. And there's our first. And you'll see they're each
a little different, even though they're
different and unique. And I love that. And I think that that's what people love, is just not having things be mass-produced and perfect. So that was fun. Thank you, Diane, for letting us share your pictures. So that was a lot faster of a one tonight. Curious if you guys had any questions. It was fair. I feel like it was a pretty straightforward project. We try to keep them fairly simple. Look at that. And you can clean up with your butter knife. So tell your friends about the master hot glue hack.
That's pretty.
And where you found it. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, this will be last one this week, but I think we'll
cute and easy. Yeah.
Come back next week and we'll do some more.
Yes, we've got some more lined up.
Fun projects.
I don't know what next week. I'm not. We'll see you next week.
One day at a
time.
time.
Leave it at that.
My husband today, when I was like, I said I'm getting ready for my live do tutorial tonight. He's like, another one? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, I just didn't know. I'm like, we don't have anything going on. Is there a problem? And he's like, well, I just didn't know you were doing that. Which is like most of the conversations I've had with you and with Justin lately have been well, I thought I told you, but apparently I forgot. Story of our lives.
Oh, well.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Does everybody have their tree up, decorated?
Yeah. Getting there. Not yet. Not at all.
I've never, I know there's people that they don't. It's like, it's the magical thing they do,
Christmas
like Christmas
Eve. Or right before Christmas. I want to enjoy it, especially with how much work it is. I want to enjoy it. I want to soak that.
Next year, I'm probably going to put mine up in September. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, because you didn't get to this year.
Fully enjoy it before everything gets busy, crazy here. So, I'm not sure how your dad's going to feel about that, but that's kind of my plan.
Christmas in September. So, all right. Well, we better get going.
Yes.
Get some dinner. I hope you guys have a beautiful night. Thank you for hanging out with us again. We do have a YouTube channel, and all of our tutorials usually trails by about 4 or 5 days, but they get uploaded there. So it's always an easy resource to go find old tutorials, old lives.
And they're still here though, right? Mm-hmm. So if they scroll our videos, they'll be able to see them.
Mary's got her tree up and decorated.
Oh, look at you.
I got mine up too. I love it. I haven't turned my lights off once since I plugged it in, so I will probably be buying a whole new strand of lights.
Yeah, well, it's like these trees. We've had them running
24/7.
24/7.
They're so pretty. Like, I just feel sad turning them off.
Yeah.
So, oh well. It's one time a year.
All right. Have one last little peek at the little guys.
And I hope you guys have a beautiful evening and be kind to each other. We'll see you Saturday morning. Bye.
Bye.